This is Seisha, the African Thrifter. On this channel, I share with you my thrifting and fashion reselling journey with an African twist. I grew up in Africa, surrounded by open spaces, vibrant colors, and an eclectic fashion sense. All of this still influences my personal style and my fashion finds. So come along for the journey as I share with you my thrift finds and brands that are selling great for me. When there's no enemy within, the enemies outside cannot hurt you. This is an African proverb full of wisdom and inspiration. It basically means how you view yourself and all the negativity that you direct towards yourself is much more destructive than what other people think about you. Develop a healthy view of yourself, and what people think about you will not matter as much. Here are my sales for the weekend. 2 pairs of men's shoes, a pair of ladies' heels, a pair of pants, a silky top, a sweater, and a beautiful clutch. So I'm gonna get ready to package all these for the post office. But in the meantime, let me tell you more about these sales. I'm so excited that you've joined me today. I am going to share with you some of the highlights of my sales on Poshmark, as well as my very first eBay sales. This first piece here is a beautiful, brightly colored pair of leggings by the brand Milano. Milano is a streetwear designer. If you're not familiar with her, I would say you look into this brand. I picked this up a few weeks ago from a thrift store, and here's what the logo looks like. It sold really fast. So Milano, a luxury streetwear brand, was one of the first sales I wanted to share with you. Up next is a pair of glitter sparkling heels by Steve Madden. Now, Steve Madden sells pretty good for me, especially pieces that are almost new. People know this brand well and they look out for it. So I bet somebody bought this for a special occasion. It's a very comfortable block heel and it sold in about 2 weeks. So it sold pretty fast for me. Another brand that many of you will probably know already is Maeve, which is an anthropology brand. This was 100% silk top, but I let it go for a minimal amount because I just wanted to get rid of it. I didn't pay much for it, and somebody offered me $13. I made a few dollars on it, so I let it go for that. But Maeve is a really good brand. I love selling it. I love wearing it. So if you haven't looked into this brand, for sure you should pick it up if it's a good substantial piece, especially in this case 100% silk. Next up is a brand that is actually sold by Kmart. Now the Kmart in our area closed a long time ago, so I picked this up probably 3 or 4 years ago, and this was a sweater that I obviously picked up just based on style, not necessarily the brand. It was almost new. It was new with tags, as a matter of fact. I love the aqua color, and somebody else obviously loved that color and they picked it up as well. Next up is a very pretty clutch bag by the brand Henry Bendel. I am probably mispronouncing this, but I will put that up on the screen. I've sold another bag by this brand, and that one sold for quite a bit of money. The original price is pretty high, as you can see. It goes for $320. I had this bag in my closet for about 2 years. So that's why I was willing to let it go for that low of a price. However, I still did make a good profit on it. And that is the tag. Next up are these men's boots. They are by the brand Salvatore Ferragamo. I'm probably not saying it right, but here it is. This is definitely a high-end brand. This is the first time I've sold this brand, and it is an exciting sale because I picked it up at a thrift store for very little. I'm trying to remember, I think it was $1 because our Goodwill has a $1 Sunday. So I must have picked it up then, and it sold for $150 for me. So this was an exciting sale. Next up is this pair of vintage Fry boots. I picked this up from Plato's Closet. Check out that video if you haven't seen it already, because I showcased a few pieces that I picked up from there, and this pair of boots sold in less than a week for me and for good money. So I bought this for about $30 if I remember correctly, and as you can see, it sold for $150. So Fry boots are definitely a pickup for me. Next up is a pair of Blue Heels by Mark Fisher. I love selling Mark Fisher. When I find something that looks clean or new, I pick this up quite often. Of course, again, depending on the style. I've had this pair of shoes for about 3 months now. So it took a little bit of time to sell, but it sold for a good amount of money. I believe I could have held off for more money. I decided to take the $25 and put that into something else that I can resell again. Next up is this beautiful floral dress. I picked this one up based on style. Spring will be here before we know it, and I'm sure whoever bought this is going to love it. It's gorgeous. As a matter of fact, they already just rated me and they love this dress. It got there in like a day, so very impressive. Next up is a pair of Truth or Dare by Madonna. These are a gold finish pair. They were in pretty good condition, and $29 for me was good because I put into this about $5. Another brand you should be looking out for is Burton. That is the brand. Worth picking up. This sold for me in about 2 weeks. I picked this up at a thrift store a few weeks ago and it sold very fast for me. Another notable pair is this Guess by Marciano. It's a high-heeled boot, about 4 inches, in pretty good condition. This one did stay for about, I would say 4 months. I believe I've had it for a while. So when somebody offered me $40, I took it and ran with it. Now on to my first 2 eBay sales. I don't know why, but I've been so scared to start using eBay as a selling platform because of all these horror stories I've heard about scamming and all kinds of things. But this year I decided, listen, it's time to start. I've been on Poshmark for 4 years. I've sold over 2,000 items, and one day I will share some of the highlights of my 4-year journey on Poshmark. But eBay was a scary place for me. I decided to try it out, and within a week, I sold 2 items. I only had, I believe, 5 items listed, and I sold 2 items out of that. The first one was this American Girl Bitty Baby trunk case. Apparently, it's a rare item. I had it in my house sitting around for a while. I believe I bought it for one of my daughters. They used it for a bit and it was just sitting there. And I decided to list it, and it sold within days. Next is this Eileen Fisher linen jacket. Oh my goodness, I had this listed on Poshmark for maybe 2 years now. I thought Eileen Fisher is a good seller on Poshmark. That's why I bought this. But anyway, I decided to list it on eBay, and again, it sold within days. My original listing was for $100. I sent out an offer for $80 plus shipping, and the person accepted it. So I am so excited that I finally got myself to list something on eBay, and I'm so encouraged that I have sales, 2 reasonable sales within a week. So if you're out there like me, scared to try new platforms, you have absolutely nothing to lose. I hope you found this video helpful. If you like it, please give me a like and subscribe to my new channel so that I can feel encouraged to keep bringing these videos to you. I hope you have a blessed weekend and see you in the next one.